back inside the pottery house that we call it, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, we're gonna bring in Miss Colleen. Where out thou?
Howdy, howdy. Welcome to the Croc Center's in Biloxi's pottery shed.
All right.
So this is it. This is
So
the blessing.
wow.
Shack.
This is where they make ghosts?
Yeah.
No.
There's ghosts on it. So right now I've got, these are where, where students will do their projects at. Right now, I got my own personal stuff all laid out for different projects and stuff.
Okay.
Before Monday comes, I'm gonna have to clean this all up and get it prepared for the students. So.
Okay, so give us a walkthrough of what we see here. Let's start with this over in the, I see a bowl here, or what we call this in the.
So, I threw this morning. It's just a bowl. I gotta flip it over and I have to do the bottom yet. So I'm throwing vessels for the Croc Center, and then
Okay.
for also marketing purposes, so we can start taking pictures to put out there on our website to
Gotcha.
offer classes. So classes are offered now. We do walk-in nights on Friday nights and anything else. I'm here every Friday from
So-
6 to 8. And
So for any individuals who are like myself, I see the bowl. What did that bowl start off as? What was the beginning?
oh, that's empty. So it started
So I see
off
some,
as
is that some stuff over there? What do you
yep,
call
so
that?
This is a block of clay.
Okay.
And then we cut it up, and then we wedge it to get the air bubbles out.
Okay.
Because if you get air bubbles trapped in your clay, and then the clay dries, then you put it in the kiln. The kiln gets up to over 1,500 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Any air bubbles inside your vessel or your sculpture, the air bubble will expand and it'll explode your piece.
Oh.
And it'll explode inside the kiln and
Oh.
destroy it. So wedge it by taking it and you just pound it, and you just keep pounding it and pounding it.
Wow.
And then you pound it into a ball.
Okay.
Pound it into a ball.
So we're definitely, Tank Nation, we are definitely going to sign up for a class because we want to experience that.
And then, so we got right there's, that's a bag of balls that my students, a few weeks ago, they helped me pound a bunch of balls so they're
Gotcha.
ready to
So when you say you have
throw.
to, so when you say you bake it or to kill, what is that exactly?
So over here is it's a
Oh, sorry.
kiln, pottery kiln.
Okay.
So it is, we're getting to know each other. She has a mind of her own. Caught here. Anyway, so there's shelves up there, and what we do is
Oh,
we'll put the pottery down in here,
gotcha.
and then we put legs, and we'll stack it until we fill it up. And then we just close the lid, and we set the gauges and let her bake.
Okay.
So,
We are looking forward to that adventure. Oh my goodness.
and then we got glazes, and once it bakes, it's called bisque firing. Once it comes out from bisque firing, then you can put glazes on it. Then put it back in here and do a firing for the glaze fire, and then it basically bakes it into a glass
Okay, so
coating so you can eat off of it, or structures.
these pictures.
These are just.
So
So I like to stimulate my students, the young kids, from anywhere from 4, 5, 6-year-olds all the way up to teenagers.
okay.
So I printed off a whole bunch of pictures, and I like to give them ideas just to stimulate their imaginations,
Okay.
because kids can run with stuff, and they are so brilliant. And
So
so I like to print off ideas like wind chimes, just different wind chimes.
so those can be created here? Replicas like that can be done
Yeah.
here? Really?
Yeah, that could be done.
Oh wow.
I mean, they're just pieces. You just break everything down into piece by piece by piece,
Gotcha.
and you make it out of clay, fire it, glaze it, and
I'm really
then,
liking
then
that.
put it together.
I am really liking that
But-
black smoke. I don't know if you call it smoke waterfall or
The-
something. What do you call
This
it?
is called it's called a reverse incense burner.
That is so cool.
So a reverse incense burner, the smoke flows downward,
Mm-hmm.
and so it can replicate water. The
Right.
look of
I've
water,
seen
but it's
I've seen
actually
those.
smoke. So it's just kind of for the aesthetic purpose of it. And
Gotcha.
I kind of found that fascinating because you don't have to have a water pump, but you can make
Exactly.
it look like water.
Exactly.
So I got these pictures up there, just kind of, it was just kind of an idea. I don't know.
At least I've seen those on YouTube, but I haven't seen one
Yeah.
in person. So that is something I would love to tackle here. What y'all think, Tank Nation?
So
Give me a comment and let me know if that's something you think Mr. K31 should tackle. So y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all stay tuned for that. We're going to actually do one thing before you go.
okay.
We would love to see that just spin.
All right.
We would love to see it spin. You don't have to do anything, but we're going to see it actually spin.
Okay, let me get a
You
bowl
see?
of water.
See what? Because we seen it on the movie Ghost.
Oh.
So yes, as she's getting the
Okay,
water over
so
there, I'm gonna spin
Debbie
around
Moore-
real quick, y'all. This is her workspace, and while you're doing that, you say you're going to be doing some remodeling and painting here soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
But until we do that, we wanted to just kind of bring a little life to the outside
Right.
of the building, and we thought we'd have fun with it
Okay.
before they tear it down and do something different. So we're gonna have the kids, my painting classes. We're gonna be coming out and doing murals on the outside of the building on the
Ooh.
siding. Maybe paint some gigantic Band-Aids on the areas of the
Oh
building
wow,
that
cool.
are like damaged and stuff.
All
Just
right.
have fun with it.
Sounds great.
And somebody, I won't mention her name, Danielle, I liked her.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
She's, when I asked her if we could do it, she was like, oh, she says, you want to slap lipstick on a pig? And I'm like, yes, we do. So I haven't told her.
Okay.
But we're gonna paint. I found another lady that's great at painting pigs.
Okay.
We're gonna literally paint a pig on the one wall of the building.
Okay.
And it's gonna be winking with big red painted lips. Going,
Awesome.
Mwah! Yeah. So when she sees it, she's
Okay.
This is all for you, Danielle.
Awesome. There we go. So we requested for a quick spin here. So I've never seen it live and in person. So I'm interested to see how that works.
This is not gonna be anything like Ghost.
I got you. We're silly.
Demi Moore is hot. She is so. She's so pretty. She's cute. She makes it look good.
Here we go.
So for any of you that know all about throwing on the wheel and pottery, and you're good. I'm not the best, not the worst. I just love to do it. So don't judge me.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
Unless you have recommendations or constructive criticism, call Jeffrey. Let him know. Tell me. I love to hear comments. I love to learn. So feel free to, what did I do with my ball of clay? Oh, can you
We'll
have
grab
that ball of clay?
Right here?
Yeah. So, okay. So what we do is, once you've wedged your clay and gotten the air bubbles out, and then got it in a nice little ball. This is kind of a bigger ball, but I guess, so kind of want it to stick, so you want just a little bit. You don't want it too slippery because then it'll slip right off, but center it, and you want to get it in the middle there. And then you got to keep it kind of wet.
That is so cool. This is so cool. I've never seen this done live and in person.
So you want to stick it down.
Oh, wow.
There are some people that can actually wedge it on. I'm not that. The goal is to get it centered so your hands aren't moving.
Oh,
and
wow.
the clay's in the middle, and that way I'm going to work it up and down a little bit, and it'll help stick it to the back.
Now, the one thing is really cool with the centrifugal force of spinning of the wheel, we're seeing that all the water staying inside of your pan here. So it's cool.
Kind of catches it.
We really appreciate Colleen because she didn't know she was going to be doing this, so we kind of like had to sweet talk her. So it's a little workout for what I'm seeing. It's not. Oh wow, look at that. So now, are you applying pressure to it, I assume?
Yes.
That is so cool.
So if any of my students are watching, they'll be going, Miss Barber, you're not using your leg to steady your arm.
So there's a technique to it.
I
Okay.
am leaning my arm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I teach, you've got to, so the bone of your arm, that's the way I like to think of the bone of your arm. So your strength, kind of like karate, your strength,
Right.
it takes less force to get the same effect if you're in line and using the whole bone. So the middle of your wheel, the bone of your arm, palm of your hand. So when you're trying to force the clay,
Gotcha.
when it's not centered, so it's hitting your hand, so you're pushing a little pressure and you're making the clay just hit your hand, and it kind of forces it to, well, I'm not doing a very good job here.
How cool is that? At least my first time seeing it.
So the sponge in your hand, you can squeeze just a little bit as you're going, and so you'll feel the clay starting to get really hot on your
Okay, I was
skin.
going to ask.
That's drag.
That was going to be my next question, because
So you
I was
squeeze
wondering.
just a couple drops as you're going. When you start feeling that drag, you can keep going if you just squeeze a little water, and that drips between your hand and gives it that ability to keep going.
I kind of feel bad because you getting all, yeah, dirty with your your clothes and everything.